It was a call from Mary Herman going, we need some help back here to bring attention to getting the tourists to wear masks. Can you help us? And at that point, I started looking through some photographs, and I came across this picture of Ellen Pompeo and myself on the set of Grays, and that's when I reached out to Ellen, which sort of started this whole thing. So had it not been for Mary Herman and everybody back here, the local businesses, to encourage me to sort of put a message out to get people to wear masks, it never would have happened.
So what came of that campaign? Did they wind up using it?
They ended up using it down here. We ended up having a picture of me with a mask on and just a gentle reminder to, be considerate to other people and to think about all the people that are in these assisted living homes that are so vulnerable that we need to protect. Let's keep a mask on.
All right. Should we get political at all?
Sure.
About, the mixed messages from above at the White House about mask wearing and...
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Very early on, I reached out to people that I knew that were in the medical community, that were with the CDC, and they were like, just wear a mask, wash your hands. If you can get your family to do that, you're going to be relatively okay. And that's, what I focused on. And then you started to see it becoming politicized, and that's when you had to do something. And if you can use your platform for something that's positive, and make people feel good, that's where we came. That's when Ellen and I got together and we're like, what can we do to help this situation?
Well, Ellen said, I was going to call you anyway. So what was that about?
It was really funny because we were all sort of right around the same time reaching out, because I'd been tracking the show and I knew they were giving some masks away, and we were working on that stuff, making sure people could get the equipment that they needed. So it was starting to come together. And then it was just sort of the incentive of, okay, what can we do to make an impact here, to get people to listen to the science and to put on a mask? And it happened at the right time, and clearly it had a strong impact this last week.
Well, so then she says, how about you come back to Grays? And you said, I'm dead.
I was like, well, how are you going to do it? What's this season going to be? Because as we're walking, we're catching up. It'd been a number of years. We hadn't really, caught up with each other. And I'm like, how are you guys going to break the next season? What are you going to focus on? Are you going to deal with COVID? And she goes, yeah, I just had a conversation with Krista and she wants to do some stuff and I have some ideas. Would you be open and come back? And I'm like, how are we going to do that? She goes, if I'm in a COVID coma, that's when you would come back and we'd have you. And I was like, it's a great idea.
All right, so you were on for like 2 split seconds in the last
episode.
All right, so there's got to be more.
Oh, there's definitely more. I'm not sure how it plays into the overall season, but I keep coming back and visiting her and talking to her at critical moments throughout the course of the season, I guess.
What was that like for you?
It was so surreal, to be honest with you. It was really surprising how open and excited everybody was. And really, it was very healing. The dynamics had shifted a lot on the set. Debbie Allen has come in and really has been the showrunner, and she brings that sense of theater and the dance community and the artists. And Kevin McKidd was there shooting an episode as well. So when the actors cross over and become directors, the whole atmosphere changes. There's just an understanding that's unspoken and a great connection. And we just were really enjoying the moment and wondering if we could pull this thing off, if we were going to be able to keep it secret, and how grateful we were to be able to have this moment where we all could come back together. It was really nice, really very, very exciting.
You said healing.
Yes.
I think that's an interesting word.
Yeah, because I think you go on a ride like this with something that's so successful for so long, it changes your life profoundly. And it's exhausting. I think Ellen had talked about the hours and the environment. It just wasn't conducive for a healthy environment. And I think that's changed in a very positive way. So it's good.
Dempsey called it cathartic, and he says he was really glad to have some closure on that chapter of his life, and also really thrilled that the upcoming episodes will provide some closure for fans of the show as well.